iPads and iPhones and instant messaging and Instagram. Everybody is working in an instant world. And that puts a lot of pressure on practices to deliver high quality patient care and function within the time structures and the expectations that patients and the parents of patients now have in this world of instant everything. So before we begin the presentation, I wanted to share some technology terms that you'll want to know in general in life to help your business and throughout this presentation. First off, a lot of people hear the term cloud technology, and cloud technology is very simply a general term that only means a technology that uses the internet. So a lot of people overuse the term cloud, and the term cloud can mean many, many different things in many different variations. But the baseline of the term cloud technology is a technology that uses the internet. The next term that I'd like you to be familiar with is user. It is a term that refers to a person that signs on to a computer. Basically, in the cloud world, they count the number of users that you utilize within the cloud. And basically, that is just the number of people that you have signed on to the computer to utilize the technology. The next term I'd like you to be familiar with is encrypted. This particular term means that data, your images, your words that you've typed, your files, anything important to your business has a special protection attached to it to prevent unauthorized access. That's what the term encrypted means. Data that has a special protection attached to prevent unauthorized access. The next term that's very, very important is compatibility. This term compatibility is a term that asks how and if different technologies can work together. And that's very important to understand because not all technologies can work together. Next, applications. There are different types of applications, and all that applications are software programs that either run your physical workstation, your physical computer, your physical servers, or they're the software programs that actually help you run your business, such as emails, word processing, accounting, practice management, imaging, etc. What a lot of offices are not aware of is that most small dental practices have between 40 to 60 application folders that are needed to run their computers and their business. A lot of times you'll go through an application update, and it might be a Microsoft update. Well, that's a Microsoft application update. Or you might go through an update that happens to be related to your practice management. Well, that's your practice management application update. The next term that I'd like you to be familiar with is enterprise. Enterprise has multiple meanings across the world. In this particular cloud world, enterprise means a robust, strong, tough, high performance, and advanced technology. Proceeding forward, there are many times where managing your technology in your business can feel like this. And it can feel like this because in a dental practice, you have more applications, more functions, more peripherals than any other business out there. The discussion in technology is if you can set up and you can manage the technology of a dental practice, then you can run a standard business. Dental practices, when it comes to technology, can be very, very complicated. And you have a lot to manage with your servers, your workstations, credit card processors, x-ray machines, intraoral cameras, printers, practice management software, imaging, email and accounting software, even your PracticeMojo patient reminder and marketing systems. So these are all the things that you have to manage. And it can feel like you're juggling multiple remote controls and you don't know which remote control to use to help simplify your technology. Well, we all know that all different types of remote controls are coming out, and it would be great to have just one particular universal remote control. So, what should every dentist know about cloud technology? What should every practice manager know about cloud technology? What should every staff member know about cloud technology? More specifically, how does it relate to my dental practice, and how is it going to help me? Very simply, cloud technology can help any size practice. This is important to know. Small, medium, large, multiple location, single location. It can help any type of practice. The right cloud technology is the ultimate tool that evens the playing field, even for small single location dental practices. In the past, a lot of the cloud technology resources that were out there were really reserved for the robust multi-location dental practices. But as technology has been advancing with practice management, with imaging, with security, with HIPAA, and all those types of things, resources are now available for small practices to take advantage of. The next very significant point to understand is that all cloud technology is not the same. As I mentioned before, when I defined the word or the term cloud technology, the term simply means using the internet. Well, there are many, many different ways to utilize the internet. And there are very specialized ways to use the internet and cloud technology to help very specific businesses like dental practices. Why do dental practices consider cloud technology? With the right cloud technology, dental practices can find significant cost savings. Number one, it can extend the life of existing hardware. A lot of the existing hardware out there lasts between 3 and 5 years before major updates need to happen or complete replacement needs to happen. By utilizing the right cloud technology, it can reduce the burden on individual workstations and servers, and thereby extending the life of that hardware can dramatically reduce the costs. In addition, security is critical. If I was speaking with an office in Las Vegas, and they had had their office broken into, and they had had their server and 7 workstations physically stolen. All of their patients' data, all of their patients' credit card information were on those particular workstations. When you utilize the right cloud technology, the data is actually not stored on the workstation. It's stored in a private, secure environment. Next, many practices discuss growth and expansion. And with growth and expansion, how can I avoid having to add significant hardware? Well, by utilizing the right cloud technologies, you don't have to use in-house robust hardware. You can simplify the hardware you use and have rapid implementation. I was speaking with one doctor, and he was looking to acquire another practice. And that particular practice used different software and different products. And we were able to convert his practice, or convert the new location that he acquired, and have them up and running within a 4-day period. Reducing overhead. You can streamline the amount of time that your staff spends and the type of technology people you work with to run your practice. You can simplify and make that time more efficient. You can also make the performance by using a cloud technology consistent rather than riding the roller coaster of surprises, capital expenses, interruptions in your data that normally come from a technology or computer network. Wanted to share this quote with you. This is Dr. Michael Malacluso, and he's down in Houston, Texas, and he has a single location practice. He has a staff that has been with him for about 25 years. They only have 3 operatories, but they had found that they were having interruptions in their network. They were having downtime issues. They had situations where their practice management needed to be updated, and we all understand that sometimes when your practice management needs to update, it doesn't necessarily go as smoothly as you'd like it to go. And every once in a while, there are compatibility issues when you do a practice management update. In addition, there were a couple medical and dental practices in his neighborhood that had been broken into, and they had had hardware stolen. So Dr. Malacluso was kind enough to include a nice quote here for this presentation. The MBS Secure Complete Cloud has helped me secure my practice, both virtually and physically. I no longer worry about business interruptions, IT issues, security issues, or physical theft of my data. MBS Secure has given me the peace of mind I was looking for through the complete cloud. Now, what are some of the key considerations that a dental practice should have with the cloud? Number 1, compliance and security should be paramount. You want to make sure that your system is completely compliant and completely secure. Will it actually streamline my operations? Does it meet my business needs? Cost considerations. Will my team need further training and additional costs to be trained? Does the cloud product meet my business strategies and provide me a pathway for growth and expansion? Will this cloud product support my entire business and all of my business needs? These are the key considerations when considering cloud technology. So let's get to all the critical questions. And the number 1 critical question out there is, what are my choices? The first choice that's out there is cloud software. There are a lot of companies out there right now that are in the dental industry, and they're promoting cloud software. And there are some good cloud software products out there. However, there are some things that you need to consider when considering cloud software. First off, change in conversion. I'm going to have to change my existing practice management to switch to a different practice management cloud technology. That means I need to go through a conversion. How much of my data is going to convert, and how long will it take? The next big question is, once I work with this cloud software for my practice management, what will the compatibility be like? And as we discussed compatibility in the definition earlier, it defines how will this practice management software, this cloud software, work with my X-ray systems, with my printers, with all the other factors that run my business. And the last key factor to really know the answer to when working and discussing the option of the cloud software is what % of my business actually goes to the cloud. This is very, very important to know. So as you can see right now, this is a diagram of all of the factors in your practice. And some of you may have additional factors that run your business. When you switch to a practice management cloud software system, you can be guaranteed that a practice management software is going to go into that cloud. And as we talked about in the beginning, applications and defining applications. And we define that a small dental practice has 40 to 60 application folders that run its business. The practice management software only takes up 5 folders. So 5 of those application folders will move to the cloud. Will your imaging? Some imaging moves to the cloud with cloud software, practice management software. Some printers can work with some cloud software applications. Some intraorals, some X-ray. 50% of the credit card processors work with cloud software practice management systems, and some 50% do not. 50% of the time, you'll have to upgrade your workstations in order to be compatible. And you will have to keep your servers because, as I mentioned before, the practice management application only takes up about 5, maybe 10 of the 40 to 60 folders that run your business. So you'll need your servers to keep running the rest of those applications. You'll definitely want to have a conversation with the PracticeMojo team to find out which systems may or may not be compatible with your patient reminder marketing program. And last but not least, email and accounting softwares definitely do not go up into the cloud software practice management systems. So that's a quick overview on cloud software. What's my next option? Your next option is the public cloud. A lot of conversation has been made in the technology world about Amazon Web Services or Microsoft Azure. These are really designed for large enterprise, Fortune 500, Fortune 1000 companies. And when it comes to having a cloud environment, standardly, you're looking for specific storage capabilities. There's always a security concern when it comes to a public cloud. And when it comes to micro-billing, they bill you based upon your usage. This is only one piece of the puzzle. When it comes to a public cloud, you need to have different people support it, manage it, and configure it specific to your practice and your business. And that requires the investment in additional hardware in order to function properly. The next option is a private cloud. There are a few different variations of configuring a private cloud, but standardly, a private cloud is usually hosted at your location or at a separate location. And this requires normally that you purchase and configure specific hardware to create your own private cloud. Who designs it to your needs? Well, that's something you're going to need to define, and you're going to need to find a resource. How often does the hardware need to be updated? You're going to need to make sure that you connect with somebody in order to have that properly configured and updated. Who keeps it compatible with the current technology you have and with future purchases? And last but not least, who manages the practice management and imaging relationship? Well, I'm sure that you're all moving forward to the next slide. MBS Complete Cloud is a private managed cloud company with a market-proven and dental-focused choice. We have a team of MBS cloud technology engineers, and we have 15 years of experience in specialized integration with dental technology. With the MBS Complete Cloud, what does my business look like? Your imaging goes to the cloud. Your practice management goes to the cloud. It functions well with printers. Your workstations, they can be, life extension can occur, the hardware extension can occur because minimum usage occurs in this particular scenario where you only need to utilize your workstation as a viewer and less as an engine. And at the end of life of a workstation, you can just very simply replace it with either a small NUC or a thin client in order to function at a fraction of the price. Servers. In the majority of cases, your servers can be completely eliminated because you're relying on the complete cloud to run your business, and you're gaining resources that you never thought possible. PracticeMojo moves into the complete cloud. Email and accounting software right into the complete cloud. Credit card processors, x-ray machines, intraoral cameras, all function in the complete cloud. So changing little to nothing. This is an important phrase. Changing little to nothing. So your existing practice management, your existing softwares necessarily do not have to be changed. You will have your own private managed cloud that will extend the life of your existing hardware. Your systems will be tested and updated in minutes rather than hours. As we talked at the very beginning, there are different types of applications. So when it comes to your Microsoft update, that's all handled in the background. And that's all handled without interruption to your business. When it comes to your practice management update, your practice management update is tested in the background and checked for compatibility or glitches before ever being implemented into your network. And as your consultants, we will have conversation with you to share with you what the glitches are, if there are any, and discuss what the implementation should look like so that it doesn't interrupt your business. Again, changing little to nothing, you're going to get the best security and accessibility. You're going to have physical protection, multiple levels of military-grade encryption, enterprise-grade filtering to protect from inbound and outbound virtual threats, live to the second backup. This is very important to discuss. A lot of people are very, very concerned about backup. With the complete cloud, your information is replicated and backed up to every single second. So should disaster occur, you can be back up and running within minutes. We actually had a client that had built a brand new practice, unknowingly built the brand new practice, and had built it in a flood zone, unknowingly built it into flood zone. And the day after their grand opening, they had received torrential rains, and parts of their practice were underwater between 18 to 24 inches. They were utilizing the complete cloud, and they were able to be back up and running at a different location within minutes, rather than having to waste days and be interrupted. They would have been down for weeks had they been under a standard system. With the complete cloud, you change little to nothing, and the complete cloud encompasses all the applications you use in your practice. Imagine having your own team of cloud technology experts. Improve performance and decrease costs. Easily secure and protect your private business information. We have a 99.9% guaranteed uptime, constantly up and running, providing access and performance as if you and your entire team were in the cloud. All of your key business applications are moved directly into your own private cloud, protected, encrypted, and secured. You have secure, fast accessibility wherever you can log in with your secured device. And we can set protocols, security protocols, right down to the end user. Again, as I mentioned earlier, 3 levels of military-grade encryption. So as the end user is working, that data is encrypted. The data is encrypted during transition, and again, it is encrypted at the storage level. Because we replicate the data in 3 separate locations to prevent any disaster activity from occurring, we can determine, depending on your location, which is the primary cloud and which are set secondary backup locations. And we create multi-site encrypted backup and replication so that you will constantly be up and running. As an overview, the description of your business and your users is on the left, and how it connects to your private cloud with enterprise cloud technology in the middle, and how the MBS Secure Cloud team provides outstanding service, keeps you up and running, all on fixed budgeted pricing. Rapidly, we can add users, locations, and make upgrades, taking care of you as you grow and develop and succeed with your practice. We can help you improve performance, save time and expense, and increase security. And in closing, I wanted to share this quote from Dr. Dwight Pecora. They specifically wanted to reduce their capital expenditures. And this is a great quote that Dr. Pecora shared with us. We started investigating the MBS Secure Cloud platform to reduce our capital expenditures. But what we got from them was so much more. They solved logistical, geographical, compliance, and security issues for all of our locations. The complete cloud has increased our compliance and security while saving us thousands in IT expenses. We'll never look back. So, if you'd like to check about how we can get your practice to the complete cloud, please don't hesitate. You'll find my email and my direct line right here. And to the right of that, we have a landing page with more information. You can also find that you can get a free information sheet on 6 ways the complete cloud can help your dental practice. Please let me know if there are any questions.
Thank you so much, Chris. That was great. Really informative. Lots of good information from the cloud perspective. Like we said at the beginning, we've been working with MBS for a long time now, and the complete cloud truly is a solution designed for dentists to make sure there's no hiccup in the service, and you can just kind of move from your hardware to the cloud without having to buy new printers or do anything crazy like that. It makes it a real seamless transition. We have a little question here. We have been recording the webinar. There will be a follow-up email that you'll receive in a day from now with a quick survey. As well, after that, we will have the copy of the webinar available for everyone, so you can watch it again if you want to share it with a doctor or some of other people that may be an influencer there. That will come out to you. That'll come out in a day or two. So check your emails for that, the email that you registered for the webinar for. Are there any other questions? You can go ahead and chat those in or use the Q&A. We get a question here from Debbie. Maybe, Chris, you can field this one. This is, how would you not need a new printer?
Well, there are some software applications out there, some cloud software programs that may or may not work with different manufacturers and different types of printers. Standardly, I've seen a couple different cloud software companies that only work with HP printers. In a cloud technology world, most printers utilize an Ethernet cable rather than the old format of the USB cable. So standardly, most printers come with 2 ports, an Ethernet and a USB. And in 90% of the cases, if you were going to invest in the complete cloud, we could just connect a USB printer with an Ethernet port if it was available.
Thanks for that. We have another question here from Rick. What do you do for clients who are in areas with spotty internet service, or how does that work?
Great question. So with the complete cloud technology, the owner, founder, and senior engineer actually reverse the technology. In most cases, a lot of technology systems, a lot of cloud technologies rely on fiber tech connectivity, T1 point-to-point, or very, very high-speed internet connections. Because our engineers have actually reversed the technology, we can connect very simply using standard business internet connections. So a standard business internet connection might be, 50 meg down, 10 megs up. A lot of systems out there run on the up speed. And in their environments, you would run on the 10. Because of how the complete cloud has been engineered and it's been reversed, we can maximize the speed in that type of situation because you're running on the down. You're running on the 50 rather than running on the 10. I hope that answers the question.
Thank you, that's great. Debbie asks again, can we function with iPads in each operatory instead of desktops?
You can. There are a few adjustments that need to take place, but you can do that. And some of the restrictions come into place with the restrictions based upon your practice management or your imaging software. If they tend to be compatible with iPads, we can usually make that happen.
That's perfect, thank you. Are there any other questions? Go ahead and chat or answer those in. If not, we can wrap up the presentation. Do check your email for us. When you come back in the office Monday, you should have a couple emails from us for take a quick survey, give us some feedback on the webinars we have. At PracticeMojo, we'd like to provide a lot more of these webinars to all of our customers in the future. So hopefully, with your feedback, we can continually improve them, make them a little bit better. Likewise, you'll see a link to view the full presentation on YouTube, so you can share it with those that you need to. There are no other questions. I thank you all for your time. We'll go ahead and end the session, the webinar now, and make sure you visit mbssecure.com/PracticeMojo to get your free information sheet. Thank you all for your time.
Thank you.